Friends, today we'll talk about the responsibility of accountants in Montenegro. Sometimes people ask me whether accountants bear responsibility in Montenegro. To be honest, I didn't know the answer to this question. And by the way, I couldn't find this in any law. But I asked about it at the tax inspectorate. They told me that yes, the accountant does bear responsibility in Montenegro, but this does not relieve the director of responsibility. In short, if something goes wrong, all responsible parties are held accountable, including the accountant. Moreover, the director is held liable as a matter of course. If your company violates something, you are the responsible person, so you are held accountable. The accountant is held liable only if three conditions are met, not just one of the three, but all three must be fulfilled. The first one, has the accountant been registered with the tax inspectorate? Let me explain. When a person receives a BOU, that is, when someone arrives in Montenegro and has a company set up, whether they opened it in advance by sending us a power of attorney or after arriving in Montenegro, it doesn't matter. They set up the company, then obtain the residence permit, and after that certain actions need to be taken. Now, information must be submitted to the tax inspectorate. At a minimum, information about the employee, that is the company director, is submitted, as well as information about the company's bank account. And if the company has an accountant, information is also submitted about who is responsible for filing reports with the tax authorities. However, this isn't always done. There are basically two options. The first option is to submit this information also. If you have an accountant, you provide the details that this person handles your accounting and you trust them with it. The second option is that you can manage your company's accounting yourself. This is not prohibited. I'll show you now. As for filing reports, almost all reports, with very rare exceptions, are submitted online. For this, you need what's called a digital signature certificate. Here it is in my hand. It can come in different forms. It might look like this on a flash drive, or it can be without any media, meaning no flash drive, just installed directly on the computer. The specific type doesn't really matter. The main thing is that you have some kind of signature certificate, so you can submit reports online. We register all our companies under our certificate. That is, accordingly, information is submitted stating that a certain accountant is assigned to the company, and accordingly, this person is one of the responsible parties and is also accountable for their actions. Some accountants don't do this. This flash drive isn't mine. It's a client's flash drive. She used to be serviced by another accountant, then she switched to us. At that time, she was given this kind of flash drive. So the tax authorities have information that this is a Maria, I leave out her last name. It's not necessary for you. She is responsible for her own company independently, since she handles the reports herself and hasn't authorized anyone else to do it. So accordingly, if there's an inspection and they find some kind of violation, she is the only person responsible in this company, because those who serviced her before never presented a power of attorney for themselves. We're going to redo all of this now, and now we'll present a power of attorney for ourselves. And by the way, this is done not so much and not only because we're so honest and want to do everything properly and take responsibility for everything. It's simply more convenient. That is, it's easier when you have one certificate and with it you file all the reports for all 200 plus companies than when you have 200 certificates, and to submit a report you have to pull out a box like this, start digging through a pile of certificates and look for the right one. Well, it's absurd. Submitting each report takes, 2 or 3 times longer than what we spend. It's just silly. But some people actually work like that. So if you're told that in order to submit reports you need to order electronic certificates for yourself, it means your accountant won't take any responsibility, because they don't interact with the tax office at all. They're basically a nobody there. The second condition that must be met: there must be a contract between the accounting agency and you. Now we start signing contracts right away. As soon as someone comes in and says, I want to work with you, we say, all right, let's sign everything immediately. Before, we didn't sign right away, we would do everything first. And then say, now, well, find some time and come to us. As a result, some people made it to us and some didn't. Even though I notified everyone 2 or 3 times that they needed to come see me, this is actually very bad. Again, because some inspection might show up and they could very well ask for the contract between us. Then, right before the inspection, you have to urgently call, we have an inspection in 2 hours, come and sign the contract. So first of all, there must be a contract, it's essential, and inspectors pay attention to it. And secondly, your accountant should also be responsible for something, not just you. Accordingly, the contract needs to be signed on some basis so that later you can make any claims against it. Third, payment. Any contract, so you have a contract with your accountant, you've signed it, well done. But that's not enough. Why? Because in any contract it says that it doesn't matter whether it's for accounting services or something else, or the purchase of some goods or any services at all, it always states that the contract is valid only if you fulfill your obligations. And what are your obligations? First and foremost, your obligation is to pay for the services on time. So accordingly, if you pay your accountant in cash note from your company's account to his company's account, but just hand over cash be the way, this is not only common practice, but in the vast majority of cases, this is exactly how payments are made. This means you are paying under the table, so you have no official payment record, which means your contract is just a worthless piece of paper. In any case, you can always say, this company never paid me anything. See, here's the contract, it says right here, payment for services such and such amount. Where is the payment? There was no payment, exactly. And we come to a simple logical conclusion. Let me sum up everything I've just said. In order for the accountant to bear any responsibility for what happens with your company, you need to understand three conditions. First, present this accountant to the tax authorities. Well, in principle, the accountant should do this themselves, but some don't. I just showed you a flash drive I received from another accountant with a company. So this is actually quite a common practice. And the second, there must be a contract with this accountant. And third, payment must be made officially from the company's account to the company's account. No cash payments whatsoever. By the way, all our payments are from company account to company account. We only accept official payments for accounting services. Sometimes someone suggests to me, let's do it under the table. I say, no guys. For me, it's only to the company account. We don't use any other payment schemes for accounting services. That's all from me. Goodbye, everyone.